Hello, and welcome to Let's Talk Soul Line Dance. We're going to get ready to start our podcast, but before we get started, we're going to play our intro and we'll be right back with you. So hold on to your seats. It's going to be a blast.
This your man down Tony producer. What you say now? And the line dance connection. What you say now? Tap performer. And my girl Queen Sheila. What you say now? Come on, get busy. Hey. It's the line dance connection. Hey. Come on. Hey. It's the line dance connection. Yeah, it's the line dance connection. Come on.
All right. Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk Soul Line Dance. I'm your host, Queen Sheila, all the way from Tampa, Florida, leader of the Line Dance Connection. And today we have awesome guests today. But before I introduce my guests, I want to bring in my co-host. First, I'm going to bring in this person all the way from Montgomery, Alabama. That's somewhere out there in the Midwest or somewhere up south or north. None other than your girl, Zandra Hill Coston. Hey, Zandra.
Hey, how are you, Queen? Hello, Line Dance family.
What's going
Yes,
on?
nothing too much. Just a little excited about this podcast, and as always, but this one is a little more special.
Okay. All right. I know I enjoy it every week. I have a good time with everybody that comes on. And we have hey Washita Peaches.
Hey, Peaches.
Just joined us. Yes.
Peaches.
Yes. Peachy Peaches. Something like that. All right. So everything going good with you, Sandra?
It is. It was very lovely. It was a very lovely day. Just, been real busy trying to get ready for Turkey Day.
Oh my gosh.
Although that, we give thanks every day, but
yeah.
it is a blessing that we have this day set aside that I'm off.
All right now.
Yeah.
And look, and I know what it's like going to be like at your house. Girl, I wouldn't come over your house for Thanksgiving for nothing. I went to your house at one Thanksgiving. I know it Thanksgiving. Y'all cooked everything that was in the kitchen and those that was at everything else in the store. I was like, oh my God, all this food. I'm trying to lose some weight. I'm not trying to gain any. But I know it's going to be great at your house. So now I'm going to bring in our other co-host all the way from Gibsonton, Florida. None other than Marquise Christopher. Hey, Marquise.
What up, peeps? How y'all doing? What's going on, fam? Ready? I feel pumped up.
Feel pumped up.
Yep. I'm ready.
I see
Hello,
your hat collection back there.
Huh? What's up?
I see your hat collection now. Back
Hey,
there.
check this out. Now, first of all, those ain't my hats. My wife's on, man. She got that whole collection of Bad Hair Day collection. So people got to set up. Bad Hair Day collection and everything. That's all. But yeah. I got kicked out of the room, by the way, so that's why I'm in here now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you got to go.
Okay, I get kicked out of mine too. Only place I'm safe in the office, so that's where I stay.
Hi, Angela. I'm a grown man, G. That's why. I know. I understand. It's been a minute.
Yeah. You know what, Angela? I feel you. Queen. Last week, was it last week? Marquise came on and we had to change our voice. We were like, "Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?" Had to put his Barry White,
Hey, Melva.
Hey, Melva. Marquise Melva said hi to you.
I said, hey, the cheater. I mean, Melva. I know she's mad at us because we even we ain't do the pop quiz last week, so she hot about that.
So we in trouble.
Yeah, she gonna try to get all the answers right now.
Well, I'm going to bring our guests in all the way from Richmond, Virginia. You know, that's like right on the other side of DC and Maryland down there, you know, down that way. None other than Rhonda Gaines Coleman. Hey, Rhonda.
Hey.
How are you?
Good. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm happy to be here with y'all today.
Oh,
thank you. Thank you for being on with us today.
Look at these red earrings. They are cute.
I know, girl. They on you.
I tell you.
Hey, Angela Brown.
Hey, yes. So Rhonda, tell us something about you. Tell us who Rhonda is.
Well, I am a Richmond native. I've been here all my life. Went to college here, University of Richmond. I have 3 adult children, 2 grandkids. I work in financial services, but line dancing is my love. It's okay. I work during the day so that I can line dance at night. I can finance all my line dancing, but line dancing is my true passion.
Okay. So do you have any kids? Are you married?
Divorced, but again, 3 adult children. 3 adult children. 30. Don't get me to start saying ages. They're all adults.
It's okay. They're grown.
The baby is 22. I'll just say that the baby just turned 22.
Okay. The baby?
My youngest son. My son is 22. My middle girl is 24. My oldest is 31. Something like that. Okay. And again, 2 grandkids, 13 and 3, Tamaya and Amina. And for anyone that watched my lives over the past few months, you know Amina. She was a star of the show. So
well,
I love to see you all.
What about your great grands?
No, great grands. Oh, yeah.
The ones you said to take over the room.
Oh, the kitty cats.
Yeah, your cats.
Yes. We started with one. My daughter, she rescued a little kitten, and since then, she's had 2 sets of kittens. So we have a house full of cats. And again, I was telling you all earlier, this is the dance room that I filmed from live. It's now a cat nursery. It's a cat nursery. It's full of cat stuff. And as soon as I open the door, they're all going to run in here.
Oh my goodness!
But I love them. They're so sweet.
What's the evil cat name?
Who knew I was going to be a cat lady? He waved his hand.
Hi, Inez. Inez Council Thompson.
Hey, sis. Now, I love Inez. She was someone who was very supportive of my live classes. Had the opportunity to meet her, and it just felt like I was just meeting a family member. It just felt really good when I got to meet her. So, hey, Inez.
And hey, Tara.
Hey, Tara. Yes, hey Tara, representing Virginia, Team Rock.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So how long have you been teaching line dancing, Ron?
Well, I started my official first class was maybe in October of 2013. But like most of us, I kind of transitioned into being an instructor. You know, I was one of those students who I knew the dances. I picked them up, and if you were beside me and you were struggling a little bit, you know, I hit you with a little silent finger, like turn and go this way. And one of the ladies in my class, Miss Juanice, and I thank her to this day, she made the decision. She decided that it was time for me to have my own class. So she found me my first place, and we had that first class that October. It was at a club here in Richmond. We had that first class, went back the next week. Building was shut down.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Richmond clubs are notorious. They are the hardest places to have classes. But we persevered. She helped me find a second place, and it's just been on since then. Started with the one class that I did once a week, but I was also dancing with other groups. I was dancing with the Hollywood Steppers. We created a group called Hollywood Steppers. I also danced with D&G. Donna. There was Donna and Gary at the time.
Okay.
Ride or Die, which is Tammy Parker's group. So I was dancing with everybody. But again, I kind of was still dancing with everyone, but kind of branched off into my own thing. So I started with the one class, and now I'm up to 4. And sometimes I was doing a gospel class for a few months, but yeah, 4 classes a week.
Okay, that's good.
How did you get introduced into line dance, though?
Club, going to the club, and the first time I saw the wobble, it was a video of Beyonce with a bunch of kids on the street doing the wobble, and I was like, I like that dance. So I learned the wobble. I was doing, Cupid Shuffle, all the little club dances, same old 2-step. So whenever those dances would come on, I was always on the floor. There's an instructor here named Camille Patton and Mr. G. They were hosting a Tuesday event, again, at a local club. Just came together every Tuesday to line dance, and I was hooked. I worked in the day. I coached rec cheerleading up until about 8 o'clock. I got my kids situated at home, and boom, Tuesdays, I was at the Martini Kitchen dancing on Tuesday. So that's when I really got introduced to line dancing more than just at a party. It was strictly line dancing. But what really, really, really got me is when I saw D&G for the first time. I was like, oh my God, what are they doing? And I learned that they had a class. I went to their class. They had 2 classes in one day. They had a beginner class at maybe 10. Then I think they came back around 12 and had the advanced class. I did both classes. And I was done. That was it. That was it. They introduced me to more than just, going to the club and dancing at the cookout. They introduced me to this whole world of line dancing, and it's just been amazing.
So, Rhonda, do you also step, or do you mainly line dance?
I mainly line dance, but I did. There's a small Chicago stepping community here in Richmond, and I did take some classes. I liked it, but I'm a rebel. I need to dance the way that I want to dance. I can't wait for the man to tell me to turn and this and that. So that didn't work, but I have incorporated more the stepping into my line dancing. So if you ever watch me dance, you can see that I have incorporated some of that Chicago stepping into my line dancing. But yeah, I can't partner dance. I can't partner dance. It's hard.
Chicago
it's
step.
Hard. I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
I understand. Believe me, I understand.
But it's beautiful to watch. It's beautiful to watch.
It is. It definitely is. So I was going to say, in your class, do you teach beginners, intermediate, advanced, or a combination of all? And if so, how do you manage with your new people and the people who've been with you for a while? How do you pull all that together?
So it's been a transition. When I first started, teaching, and just my first classes, technically I was still a beginner. Even though I had the ability to teach, I was still pretty much a beginner. So I kind of limited myself to just teaching the dances that I felt comfortable teaching and the dances that I felt people dancing with me wanted to do. Then I kind of, as I started learning more dances, I segmented that class. So I had all the same people in the class. The first hour we did beginner. Then the last 30 minutes we did what I call advanced beginner. So maybe that's things like last call, keep it 100. We started doing those level dances in my advanced beginner. And at that time, that was up to 2 classes then. I was strictly a beginner class, and I had that beginner / advanced beginner. Okay. But I was teaching the same beginner dances in both classes. I said, that's a waste of time. I have the same people. We don't need to keep doing these same dances on Monday and Wednesday. So I kept my Monday beginner. I changed that Wednesday class to a straight advanced beginner type intermediate class.
Okay.
So again, I'm still, I would say probably 90% of the people attend both classes at that time. So, but it was a better use of time. So we were doing beginner level stuff, and then we was teaching a class that had higher level stuff. So if you wanted to do the higher level stuff, you would come to Wednesday. Because there were some people in that first class, when I went to the 8 o'clock dances, they would leave because they didn't want to do that.
Okay.
So that kind of helped me make that decision to separate the classes. That way we can focus on these type of dances and the intermediate, advanced, intermediate level class. And I still have it that way to this day.
Okay.
How do I incorporate my new people? My attitude is you have to meet us where we are. I'm gonna meet you. I'm gonna come and get you. But it's like a soap opera. You've joined a program already in progress. So I can't, I do not, I'm not gonna go all the way back to teaching what I was teaching in my first year of teaching, because we've done those dances. You may not know them, but I've taught them. I'm not going back.
Yeah.
So again, I'm welcoming to everyone. And if I see someone struggling, I'm always like, well, we've been working on this dance and trying to make them feel comfortable. But to level the playing field, when I see I have some brand new people, you bring in a whole new dance that nobody in the class has done.
Right.
And that puts everybody on the same level.
Yes.
Because now when new people come in and they see all these people already getting it, it makes them feel bad. It makes them feel like, oh my God, I'm not getting it. But if you teach everybody the same dance at the same time, that levels the playing field. And it makes folks feel a little bit more comfortable. And the way I structure my classes, I start out with maybe something a little bit easier. Even in my beginner classes, you start it super easy and you build up. So about halfway, 3/4 of the way, my new people don't feel like new people anymore because I've laid the foundation. At least I feel like I have.
Yes.
I feel like I laid the foundation in the earlier part of the class. So even if you are new, I'm laying the foundation so that you can feel somewhat comfortable later in the class. And I'm always encouraging people to come back. Don't feel pressure to get it the first day. No one in here got it the first day. I didn't get it the first day. So I try to be encouraging to everyone. Try to be encouraging everyone. So I don't know if that was a long-winded way to answer your question.
That's good. That's good. Well, that's why we have this podcast, because like something that you've experienced that maybe we haven't, or something we've experienced maybe you haven't, we can help one another. I never looked at it like that. Because I teach seniors, 90% seniors, my people are, when I get new ones, they don't know their left foot from their right foot sometimes. So it makes it a little more difficult. But because I teach seniors and I basically teach beginner classes, I mean, we do some intermediate, advanced, but mostly beginner dances. It's easier for them. Or I can have somebody on the side where catch them up, show them what their left foot and their right foot supposed to do, and then come back and do. And but we still have fun, still have fun. And the whole time they over there supposed to be learning, they try and look at us and do what we do. So it does make for a challenge.
So Rhonda, let me ask you, and I know a lot of people have already thanked you so much, including ourselves as well. Thank you for how you really helped so many people during the shutdown. I just said at the shutdown. If anything else, my question to you is, how did you not burn out? Because I think you was doing more days than most of the people out there. And I know that's something it was like, and I think you said that that's something that you were used to because you was already doing it already for your regular classes. But it's different when you going online, you know what I mean? And so it's like, how do you, and it seemed like it was more work in comparison just in your regular class. So I mean, I'm kind of curious, like, how did you manage to, because you just ended like earlier this year?
Yeah, July.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm like, sheesh, how did you not burn out? Shit, after 8 months.
I mean, because I just love teaching so much. And it's so much part of who I am, that the thought of not doing it was stressful. And I never felt like it was a burden. I just felt like it's just a different way of doing what I was already doing. And I feel like actually it's probably made me a better instructor once I went back into the classroom. But I will say around about a year, because I started right in March 2020. So maybe after about a year and a few months, I did kind of get that burnout. Not so much burnout, but I felt like I had kind of served my purpose. My purpose, I started this again to keep some normalcy and to keep my class dancing. And I had no idea, and we could talk about that. I had no idea so many other people were watching. But my whole plan was just to keep my people moving and keeping us dancing, keeping us engaged with each other. But once things started opening back up, you know, it was a little bit more challenging to keep up the virtual because I felt like I didn't really need to do it anymore.
Right.
Because my people here in Richmond, we were able to get together. But then I was thinking of the people that was watching me online. Because at that point, a lot of people had expressed how much they were enjoying the class. And anytime I mentioned, oh, y'all, it might be time to stop doing this, you know, someone would be in my inbox like, Rhonda, no, don't. We need you. Don't stop. So, so yeah, I mean, I did it 16 months.
Why do you think you
was 4 classes a week? And I even had a gospel virtual class that started during that time as well that I did second Saturday of every month. I think we may have did 7 or 8 of those 8 months before that shut down too. So, I mean, I just couldn't imagine not doing it. What would I be doing with my life?
But, you know, and it was still a transition because I know after you shut down that Saturday, I woke up, I was like, man, where's Rhonda? Because I had got so accustomed to joining in with you. And not only that, but I must say that you also helped me when the holidays come around. I still go and exercise. I may even throw a special class because of you, because normally it's like, it's holiday. It's time for me to relax and I'm gonna chill, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna do what I want to do. But you encourage, you was like, no, we still get this workout.
But look, it was a transition for me as well when I stopped the virtual, because, you know, even when I was doing a hybrid, when I was in person and virtual, I had to stand in a certain place so that I would always be on camera. Even when the cameras weren't there, I was still standing in the same place. I was like, oh my God, I don't need to do this anymore. I can move around.
In that little spot. Yeah. I'm like, dang, she got traveling dances and she in that one spot. I'm like, how in the world?
Everybody was gone. It was just us. I'm still
talking about
I've gotten more back into my rhythm as far as, because I like to move around. Especially when I see somebody struggling, I like to move around and make sure everybody can see me at certain points. And if I need to give a little extra private instruction while the dance is going, I like to be able to move around. But no, I just laughed at myself so many times. I'm like, why am I still standing in this
let's read, Marquise. Can you read them? Let's read some of the online comments we have.
Let's see.
Well, we got to give a shout out to Mark. He was like, hi.
That's real. And you know what? There were a lot of class, but I've made so many connections with instructors. And Mark was one of the instructors who I've connected with during the pandemic. Tina Jackson, she and I interacted a lot. Penny Pearl, D. Hughes out of South Carolina. You know, we had a little chat group going on for a minute while we were all trying to learn, feel our way, doing things virtual. You know, we kind of fed off of each other. I mean, this thing it's taken on a life of its own. I had no idea. I honestly had no idea the impact that this class was making, because again, I was just so focused on Teen Rock. And that's my class, Teen Rock, because they always got my back on everything. I'm focused on Teen Rock, just making sure that we are dancing. And I mean, the West Coast, man, them ladies on the West Coast were on it. Those ladies in Connecticut were on it every week. I'm like, what? I had no idea. And now that I'm traveling again, so many people have come up to me and hugged me and just thanked me. It's been amazing. It's been
definitely a
who knew? I'm used to going to events and just, dancing, doing my own little thing. Now people know my name.
And look, they don't know your face, Wanda. Now they gonna say,
really? People know my name. Like,
what? Hey, that's a blessing.
But
Just some of the comments. You gonna read them, Marquise?
Sure.
On
Dancing with Mama D said, "Hey, rah.
Hey, bro, that's Donna. That was mentioned. D&G.
Okay.
She's the D from the D&G that really opened my eyes to this whole community. That is more than just dancing. That is a whole community, a whole subculture. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a whole culture. And I credit Donna, D&G, for that introduction. So love you, girl.
All right. So you got Angela Brown. Your cat and your granddaughter was entertaining.
Yes. I know Angela Brown. She was very supportive as well. So yeah, Kitty Cat used to run in whenever she felt like it.
Yeah, you had that one witch moment. That one, I ain't gonna lie to you. That thing was crazy. It just kept going back and forth. Then and then it knocked down the camera after that. So I was like, sheesh.
And I knew she was gonna do it. I was like, don't do it. As soon as I said it, she did.
That sounded like witchcraft right there. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, geez, that's scary.
Sometimes I was on GG duty during class. And I don't like canceling classes if I can help it. I mean, I have to be like out, down for the count in order for me to cancel a class. So sometimes if I was on duty, she'd have to come on in. She was just as comical as a cat sometimes. She turned the speaker off on me one day. And he just looked at me.
Hey, you never know. Any others, Marquise?
Yeah, you do. You got Barbara McKinnis. She said, Ms. Rhonda, you deserve an award for what you did. I hope they recognize you at the UC.
That is kind. I will be at UC. This was my UC has always been one of my favorite events. A couple of years ago, I had the opportunity to be a presenter, which I thought was the ultimate. And then this year, I was invited to be an instructor. Like, oh my God.
Yes.
And again, that's all because of the virtual. It's all because of all of the support that I've gotten from everybody out in the community. And I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to it. Because for me, UC sets off the whole year. UC sets the tone for me. It's the first event. Actually, I have one before that. But that's the first big event of the year for me. And I'm excited to be there. I'm very excited.
I will go through more, but Rhonda keep talking after each one of them.
I know, right?
Gosh. Yeah, let me finish. All right. So Danzy, we love you. You love you, right? And very proud of you and the impact you're making in the culture. Tina, MCD, we love you, Rhonda. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, I ain't gonna go. Y'all keep writing stuff, so she see y'all.
That's Team Rob. That's Team Rob coming through. Team Rob.
I love your virtual classes. Thank you. Don't know how you remember all those dances. I don't know either. Yeah, Lee. All right. Yeah, I look forward to all her classes. That's from Angela again. Tara says she's so patient with us. That's what make us want to step up to the next level. And then said, how did you come up with the name of your book? If it ain't in the line, it ain't dancing. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. How did you come up with the name? That's really nice. Let's see here. More and more. Black don't crack.
That girl about to be 50.
That's from Barbara.
I'll be 50 on my next birthday.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot that going on. So I say, well, a couple of things. First of all, I know for sure that whole virtual class definitely set up a tone for you. And honestly, you might want to start. I ain't gonna lie to you. You kind of put me in the mind of you give me the vibe, a Linda Sims vibe. You know what I mean? Because I think when a lot of us, well, I'll say for myself, speak for myself. When I came in the game, Linda Sims' name rang a lot for me, and I knew when I went to her page, her channel, I seen a lot of dances that was available for me to learn. You know what I mean? And so people who've been exposed to you learned a lot. Cause you gotta understand, we all know that it wasn't easy to kind of learn going live. Yeah. But you were consistent, you kept teaching, and people showed up every time. So I guess the question would be to you is, why do you feel that how did you have so much success? Like, why do you think you had so much success going live virtually? compared to other people, because not everybody had the same type of success, whether it was attendance, whether it was, you know what I mean, people just learning and following what you think was different from you.
I don't know, maybe just being consistent, because yeah, you knew on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday that I was going to be on. And if you didn't see it, then you knew the videos were still going to be out there. I think interacting as much as I could with the class, because again, this little crappy laptop I'm on now, I used my camera to film, but I also had the laptop going so I could see what was going on in the class. And I think being able to interact a little bit and ask questions and just see who's out there and just acknowledging people. There's one lady who's here locally. She said she felt, when I would call her out, she felt like I was talking right to her. It felt like it was a class. And when I would go back and look at the comments, it's like, it's a whole community out there. It's a whole class. There are people chit-chatting with each other and welcoming each other and talking to each other like they're in a real class. So I think it really took on a class feel. I don't think people felt like they were just watching some random person. Because again, you got to know me. I talked a little bit about myself. You got to see my grandbaby. You got to see the little kitty cats. I've had 2 birthdays while we were alive. My grandbaby had birth. So I felt like maybe people felt like they weren't just looking at some old random person, that I was somebody that they would know, somebody they probably have seen. And I know y'all seen me because I'm quiet. I'll dance, but
to yourself,
now you know that I'm a real person, that I'm somebody
they were able
you
to
have
connect
with
with you
before.
So and then Rhonda, even your the way you teach is easy to follow. And although you didn't have people there with you, you still made it enjoyable as well as just very easy to follow. And as you said, you were consistent throughout the entire time of you being online. You stayed there. I think maybe you had to cancel maybe 2 or 3 times. Maybe
I have to be down for the count.
Your list is done. So please don't ask no questions. We're done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, done. Like, we ain't got no wait list.
We have so many specials that we're having on our cruise ship. You get, so many. You're gonna get a chocolate cup of strawberries in your room. You're gonna get a bottle of champagne delivered to your room.
Some more beginner. So all of that is on my Line Dance with Rhonda Facebook page. I also have a website, www.danceislife-rv aspect of it. I probably was more efficient doing it virtually. I think I may have, for the exact same reason. I mean, the reverse of that, because it's just me and there's not all this. And I can't just sit here playing the line that ain't dancing, because that's true. That's how I feel. I used to be an actual real dancer. I used to be able to dance. Now all I can do is line dance. So if it ain't in a line, I can't do it anymore.
But then let them know your book is still out on, right?
Yes. And actually, it's not a book with like text or words in it. It's what I call just a journal. And you see mine is all marked up already. The whole concept of this was because when I'm learning dances, I write them down to help me retain them. I write out the steps, I write out the count, because I'm a counter. I write out the steps, I write out all the essentials about a dance. But the hair market was a lot different back in 2007. All of these really niche products were just coming out. And my vision was to have all of those type products in one place. But they're so expensive. So I could do it, but the markup was so slim that I couldn't make the numbers work.
Man, Holy wait, Stephanie, I don't know, see Stephanie at that.
That counts.
The group.
All right. So can I ask a trivia question?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I didn't ask this, but anybody that has danced with me, has watched my lives, should know the answer to this one.
Okay.
All right. What is my all-time favorite dance?
Ooh.
If you dance with me, because I did it virtually, every time I do this dance, y'all know I act a fool. I might be surprised when you see it come up, though. Y'all might be very surprised.
Oh, that's
So
good.
let's give them a second.
And then while with that, Rhonda, what about some
See, look, they all hit. I saw them all come up at the same time. They both. Whew.
Wow.
Okay.
and that is true. They did.
So Gangsta Slide is your all-time favorite right now.
Always.
Always.
Always. Forever.
Okay.
I know.
Looks like Dawn was the first one that chimed in.
Rational love.
Right. Dawn, hers came in first. Yes.
Hers came in first.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Back on the screen. So if you are a winner, then you need to text me your Cash App to 813-407-1216. And I will Cash App you at the end of the show. I will Cash App you your money. So now we have shout outs. Well, before we do our shout outs, we are to keep this show going. If you like what we're doing with our podcast, this is to get everyone out there to know the face, the name, what they do, and something about each and every person that we interview. If you'd like to be a guest on Let's Talk Soul Line Dance, you can either call me at that number, or you can go on my Facebook. It's Queen Sheila, and my queen is QWEEN Sheila. Usually I come up for Facebook, so you can go on Facebook, or you can call me or text me if you'd like to be a guest on the show. And also, we take donations. Our donations come to $ the LDC or PayPal.me/Queen Sheila. Or you can just put the phone number in. Either way, it still comes up, and we appreciate you. So now we're going to our shout outs, correct? Yes. So like, share, and subscribe. That's the biggest thing. Like, share, and subscribe to our page. That'll keep us going with the podcast. And if you like what you see, help us out. All you have to do is hit subscribe, and like and share. Tell somebody about the podcast, because they might have to see you on here next. Okay. All right. So we have shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Rhonda for being our guest today. I mean, it's been awesome talking with you. We're not finished yet, but I want to give a shout out to you. I want to give a shout out to my co-hosts, Ms. Zandra Hill Costin and Mr. Marquise Christopher, because it's been grand. Rhonda, your contributions in the line dance community have not gone unnoticed. Your virtual classes have been awesome. Your in-class have been awesome, because I see from all of the comments that all the people are saying that it must be, because they don't lie that much. Not what everybody can see it. They tell the truth. So we just want to say thank you for being our guest. So now, my co-host, would you like to do shout outs?
Yes. Shout out to everybody that came on. We do appreciate the support. Shout out Queen once again for the platform. Zandra coming through with the deep questions. We appreciate it as always. And Rhonda, definitely just your time, just allowing us to be on here. If anything else, making time for this is definitely appreciated, because you got the opportunity to speak to you and get to know more about you. At the same time, I'm gonna suggest, though, definitely take advantage of the opportunity right now, because what you presented to everybody, you let people know, first of all, that you're out there, that you exist, and the gift, and you shared that with everyone too, and the passion for it. And based off of the response, only confirms the love that people have for you and what you provided them. And definitely use it as an opportunity to continue to be able to share more. I know you team roll and everything else, but the world needs so keep your eyes and keep your opportunities open for so much more, because it is there to come. Even if you have to do a virtual class one day or whatever like that, or however, I think it's something about the way you break it down that really captures a lot of people's attention. So take advantage of that if you can.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
No, I'm good because Angela just told Marquise to get to the point. So I think Marquise has covered everything.
No, those are the nicest things he's ever said to me. Let him keep talking. Yes, thank you.
Okay, so if someone is in the Rich area and they're interested in your classes, can you tell us a little bit about your class, where they are, and how they can contact you?
Yes, first, I'm on Facebook, Line Dancing with Rhonda. You can always just send me a personal friend request, Rhonda Gaines Coleman. Have a website, www.danceislife-rva.com. Yeah, my classes are at the community centers. Monday and Wednesday, we're at Hickory Hill Community Center. Tuesdays at Belle Meade Community Center. Saturday mornings at the Arts Community Center. So all of those locations are in Southside, because that's where I'm from. Rhonda from the Southside. So if you don't mind coming, crossing the bridge, crossing the river, come on through, because I'll make it worth it. I'll make it worth it, because we dance for 90 minutes in class, but then we hang around until people kick us out. We keep on dancing. So I make sure that if you're taking a long ride to get to class, you're going to get your money's worth. Come to my class, because we dance. We definitely dance.
That's good. That's good. So we've taken care of announcements and shout outs and our trivia break. And we ask you to like, share, and subscribe to our page. Like I told you before, donations are accepted via Cash App, is the LDC. And we talked about Rhonda's classes. Rhonda, don't forget to add this to your bio. And next week, we want you to tune in the same time, the same bat station, I always say, at 7 o'clock. We're going to have none other than Charles Doss Jr., Line Dancing with Charles, I think is the name of his group. So tune in next week at 7 o'clock, YouTube and Facebook. And we will be talking to Charles. So would you like to do some shout outs, Rhonda?
Oh yeah, definitely got to shout out Team Ra. Yeah, they all through the up and down through those comment sections. And anybody that comes to my class or dancing with me is Team Ra. So y'all are all Team Ra now.
All right.
So let me shout out the 757 crew. That's part of our extended Richmond family. Hill City Sliders out of Lynchburg. Those are my girls. Way out in the mountains. Boston Rhythm Riders, because they were the first group since this pandemic to invite me to come out and dance with them. And I just saw Marquise and Dre up in Boston a few weeks ago. God, just everybody. I just want to thank everybody again for your support, your love, the energy that I've been given. And Marquise hit it right on the head. I mean, my plan is to just keep accepting. I mean, the opportunities are coming and I wasn't expecting them. So I'm still kind of at a loss for words a little bit for all the opportunities and the love that's coming my way. But I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all of y'all. And thank y'all for inviting me on today.
Yeah, and can you give us a line dance tip for all of the instructors that are tuned in and the dancers? That one line dance tip that you like to leave with us?
Yeah. Every line dance is just a series of 8 counts. They're just a series of 8 counts. So never be intimidated by a dance. It's not a dance that you can't do. It's just a dance you haven't learned yet. All right. So that's all I can say.
Thank you.
Don't be intimidated.
Another question. I know Rhonda has choreographed some, but from what you have choreographed, what dance would you, in conjunction with what Marquise challenged the family to, what dance would you like for us to incorporate this week?
Of my dances that I
Yes, yours.
Well, it depends on what you like. You know, if you like to keep it smooth, I would say learn that 2-stepping. That dance, I choreographed that a few years ago, and didn't see the light of day outside of my class. Then all of a sudden, it just poof. People just saw it and they really liked it. So if you don't know two-stepping yet, I would say get on that two-stepping. The song is really nice. It's not too difficult. You know, there's a little trickery on the end. Just enough to keep it interesting.
Okay. Is it a beginner dance, Rhonda?
Beginner-ish. I would say because I think that last 8 count does have a little trickery to it.
Yeah.
So if you want a beginner dance, C and A slide. That's the first dance that I created to a Beyonce song, End of Time. That's easy peasy. C and A slide.
C and A slide.
Yes.
Okay. And two-stepping, is it number 2 stepping or?
Yes, the number
word
two. The number 2.
Number 2 and stepping. Okay.
That's the dance and the song, two-stepping.
Thank you. So Rhonda has given us 2 dances to look at this week. We usually like to let our guests give us a dance to look at. And you know what, Rhonda, I heard you say that when you made two-stepping that nobody knew about your class, and then all of a sudden he got out there and it just went wow.
Yeah.
You know, like Marcus said,
I don't know about wow, you know, not like a all snap wow or Sean or John Woodhouse wow. But I mean, the UC Stars, they played it. And I was like, this.
Yeah, it was funny when you weren't even ready for it. It was funny because I'm like, I saw it, I was like, because that's where I first saw it at the UC. And I reach out to you, I'm like, yo, what is instructional at? She's like, oh, I don't got no instruction, but you can learn from this video right here.
It was easy. Look, you're an instructor, you can get that. But there's instructional out now.
It is.
I mean, I think James Carr, maybe that's why I didn't do it, because I think James Carr at LDFF, didn't he put an instructional out? So we don't need 10 instructional. There was one.
It's nothing like from the original.
Well, technically there is one out there now. On my YouTube channel, Line Dance with Rhonda, there is an instructional for two-step.
Okay. Yeah. But I was going to say too, Rhonda, that if one other group does your dance, it's out there. It's gone wild. Because that's when you get excited. When somebody else plays your song or somebody else plays your dance, it's out there. Yeah. Because and what a lot of people, I know we have the John Woodhouse, we have the Linda Sims, we have the Rhondas, we have the people who like the big names and the Marquise and the Zandra, whose names are big in the industry. But what about the little groups that starting out like we did, you know, years ago or a year ago? What about the little groups? Because if the little groups pick up two-stepping, you know what I'm saying? You might say, oh yeah, so-and-so over there in Tampa's doing it. It's okay. Honey, if anybody else is doing your dance, be thankful, because today it could be 2 groups, but then next year it could be 200 groups doing your dance. You know what I'm saying?
And dances don't die. I mean, some of them kind of die. Right. If people like it, it doesn't matter how old it is. It could always get some life.
Because everybody's still doing Baby What's Happening, and it came out what year, Marky?
We just did that a few weeks ago.
You know what I'm saying?
Back when they used to wear heels.
I definitely understand the feeling, because I know like Queen, I put it like this, I'm excited, and just I know like everyone else, if you see anybody that does your dance, I think what even the satisfaction I get if it's just anybody, like you said, no big names, just anybody that does it, it's the joy that they have while they're doing it. You know what I mean? I think that's my satisfaction here. Now, for it to go to the UC and been played at the UC, I ain't gonna lie to you, that's a different level, because now you're amongst a lot of people who haven't got the opportunity to even witness or even see your dance, because you're either in the small town or you're not, like you said, well known. So now everybody who don't know you get to know you because of your dance. And I think that's what the gratitude and the appreciation really come from, versus just anybody doing the dance. Now everyone get to see the dance now. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where the excitement really comes from. And that's why I saw it, because honestly, it's been out for a minute and I never saw it.
It was out. I feel like, because that was 2019, you see, I feel like I did it in 2017.
And I recorded it. I remember because I recorded it, and then I was like, "Yo,"
I saw that. I saw the video.
Yeah, cause I'm like, what workshop was this in? You know what I mean? Like, I know this one, and it was really nice. It was nice and smooth. And one thing I appreciate is when you dance, you're like, It's funny because most people, they kind of show them who they are. Mm-hmm. You really stay to yourself in your dancing. Like you be in your own world, in your own zone and space, like you normally would as an individual. So that's interesting too.
Yeah. I was gonna say too, if I forgot to tell you, anybody who's in the Tampa Bay area or in Tampa and you're looking for a line dance class, our classes are at All People's Life Center, 6105 East Lye Avenue, Tampa, Florida. We're there on Thursday morning at 10:30, Thursday evening at 6:30, and Saturday morning at 9:30. And Marquise, your classes are in Gibsonton on what days?
Tuesdays evening 6:30 to 8:30, Saturday morning 9:30 to 12:30. Also, we haven't put it out there yet, but December 2nd, we're gonna do a little small line dance club event in Tampa as well from 7 to 11. I will put out information on there. Just make sure you follow us to catch it if you're in the area, though. It's gonna be nice.
All right, thank you. And what about you, Zandra? If someone is in the Montgomery, Alabama area and they want to visit your classes, tell us a little bit about it and how they can reach you.
Yes, they can reach me. Just hit me up on Facebook as always. And I do Mondays and I have 2 classes on Thursdays.
Okay. And that's Zandra's MGM Line Dance, Montgomery, Alabama. And I'm sorry, I forgot to put this up, Marquise. The 18. Wait. I got to do my thing.
Do it right.
It's right.
Do it.
Queen. Hey, what the heck is that?
Two up, two down is so much easier. Rhonda, two up, two down is so much easier.
That's a gang sign, Rhonda. What are you talking about?
That's
a gang sign. You don't want to do that. That's a gang sign.
I quit, Rhonda. I don't even try no more.
But mine actually means love. So that's all that is just love together. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's all it is.
Okay. Yes. Sandra, did you give us yours, Sandra?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. So our time is up. Rhonda, it's been so awesome.
Thank y'all so much. And this wasn't that bad.
Everybody,
we was nice.
Y'all were nice.
Yeah. People who may have known your dances, but now they know Rhonda. They can see Rhonda. They can see who Rhonda is, and they know who Rhonda is. With your picture and you talking to us on Let's Talk Soul Line Dance. So we want to thank you so much for coming on. I'm still on my podcast. Heck, I'm sorry. Excuse me. So we want to thank you so much for coming on to the podcast today. We really appreciate you. And all of the everyone who tuned in today. I don't want to start calling names. I'll miss somebody. But thank you all. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed. So anybody who wanted trivia, don't forget to send me your Cash App and I'll send you your money. And we'll see you next week at the same time. Rhonda, thank you so much. You've been a blessing. I want to thank my co-host, Zandra Hill Coaston, Marquise Christopher, and all of you that tuned today. Thank you. We want you to know that love is no good unless you give it away. And so here's some hours. Thank you so much. Y'all have a blessed one. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Eat as much as you want, but not too much. Okay.
And don't forget to dance.
Yeah, don't forget to dance. You must dance. Dance for Thanksgiving, you know? All right. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Appreciate y'all. Until we meet again next Sunday. God bless.
Yes. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. Bye-bye.